So a couple of weeks ago, this month, a couple of weeks ago, I reached out to two separate artists. One was a young lady. She's active in her respective church. I knew of her through a mutual friend of mine. I had mixed a song that she did on behalf of a homegirl of mine a few years back in like 2021. I was still in school trying to figure out my life, right? Reached out to the young lady, sent her a professional email, let her know what was going on, what I was trying to do. And I talked to her about like rates for recording, splits, PROs, right? Professional stuff. Left it like that. She told me what she had going on. Said, hey, when's the deadline? Followed up. Was like, hey, this is the deadline. And hey, I forgot you're traveling. Be safe. Cool. After those emails, nothing. I said, okay, babe. Now, while this is happening simultaneously, the same exact day, I get an opportunity to be in communication with Tiffany Evans, right? And like low-key, high-key, I always wanted to work with her for like a good minute. I don't know for how long, but I was just like, yeah, that'd be kind of dope to work with her. I don't know how that's going to happen. I can't figure that out. But look at God. He made it work. The same day. The same exact day. So I talked to Tiffany Evans. We talked, started doing paperwork via email, hit her with the same thing. She told me her rate. She told me about the PRO situation, splits. We discussed that because I said, hey, I understand this is money, this is business, but I still want to be honorable, especially because I know it's you. You know what I'm saying? And you, regardless of, you're in a different category in reference to other people, right? You're in a way different category, period, right? And so we talked. I wrote out my very first contract. I wrote out a contract. Usually I have all my stuff documented, conversations, but I really wanted to do it a little bit different with her. And we discussed it, and she was like, I feel comfortable doing contracts. That's cool. And I said, bet, it's going to be based on our conversation, and these are the things I would like, and this is what you said you're going to do, and this, that, this, and the third. She said, all right, bet. She signed it. Cool, we in there. She touched bases with me, let me know what was going on with her, what she's planning on doing, this, that, this, and the third. And I was like, all right, bet. Now, mind you, as an artist, she's like, man, I just can't wait. I'm excited. It's anxiousness, right? I only hit her up one time because I waited like a week later. And while this is happening, I hit the other young lady up the same time, a week later. And she still just never responded back. I said, okay, bet. So I'm still working with Tiffany, and I'm having conversation with her. And she's like, all right, yeah, this is what's going on. This is where I'm at right now. But while I'm over here, I'm going to go ahead and knock out the recording session. I said, bet, I got you. I'm going to go ahead and build the session just for recording purposes. I'm not going to add no plugins or anything like that. I'm just going to make it nice and neat for you. So when your engineer gets it, it's already, you know what I'm saying, everything is coded, well, like labeled and stuff like that. No panning. I'll leave that up to him or her. Bet. She does what she needs to do. She sends it to me. I get it. And I'm like, yeah.
I wanna be the only thing you see. Yeah.
I just want to say this about Tiffany. And I said this in an email, and I want to say it again. Tiffany, I genuinely appreciate your professionalism. I appreciate you being mindful. I appreciate you being respectful. I appreciate your being cordial with me. Somebody of your caliber does not have to do that. You would think that somebody like you will move the other way that the other sister did, but you didn't. And it says a lot about your character, and it says a lot about your conduct. And because, mind you, I'm reaching out to both of these sisters from a business perspective, and I'm saying, hey, this is what's going on. This, that, this, and the third. And one person did this, and then the other person did something else. And so I'm like, all right, bet. So this is what else I'm going on. This is what else I'm trying to do. Let me know how you feel, this, that, this, and the third. So with that said, the song that we're working on, it's called Something Pretty Remix. If some of you may not even be familiar with me, like, who is this nigga? Right? So I did a song with Ashley King. I released it earlier this year in February. It was called Something Pretty. Ashley King, she's based out of Atlanta as well. Phenomenal singer-songwriter, beautiful spirit, right? Cool person. Wanted to do a remix of that said song. Now, mind you, Something Pretty, if you guys are not familiar with these people, Leslie Braithwaite, I always say his last name wrong. Please forgive me, Leslie. And Tremaine Williams. Google these people. They're big deals. They heard Something Pretty. They heard Waifu as well. And they loved both of those songs. Google those people. Trust me, that's a big deal. That plays a part in why I got the speakers that I got, right? They loved it. But I was like, I want to work on a remix. And I was trying to work out, reach different people for the remix and see how it was going to look. And it's just flaky or just moving a certain way. And I was like, okay, God, And I was looking, trying to find different women that I can work with and I was just like, I would listen to their voices. I was like, it just, something don't sit right with me. I was like, nah, I don't know who's going to get on the song. At least as far as the verse is concerned. I'm like, I don't know who's going to get on the song. I don't know. And then I got a chance to work with Tiffany Evans. I was like, God, you're funny. You know what I mean? And so we talked, discussed things, and she said, all right, bet. She did what she needed to do. Out of her own volition, Tiffany would like touch bases with me. Hey, Jarard, this is what's going on. Hey, this, that, this, and the third. Hey, I'm here, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out for you. Hey, I'm doing X, Y, Z, but you're gonna get the vocals. I'm gonna send you the rough version, and then once you approve of it, I'll send you the vocals. I'm like, yo, I'm cool with it. Thank you so much. The other thing I was gonna say is this: Tiffany's pen is nice, y'all. It's not just her singing. Her pen is nice, and I love the fact that she was able to be just as vulnerable as I was in my song. And I'm always like that when it comes to songwriting. I'm technically a poet. Like, I started out poetry, and then I transitioned to songwriting. So she heard my lyrics, it was like, whoa. I'm just under the impression that that's probably what happened. Like, dang, this dude kind of, let me write how I would approach it. And this is what I'm assuming she's saying, right? Or thinking at least. And she approached it from a way that was like real, because the dude is literally wearing his heart on his sleeve and saying, I know what I see is in, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you're different. Wearing his heart on his sleeve, I could tell something's different. You're different. You move different. You know what I'm saying? This is how I wrote my lyrics. You move different. And I want to build something with you. I want to create something pretty with you. Now, mind you, yeah, sure, it talks about sex. But it also talks about making something pretty in reference to creating a beautiful relationship with that person and having something healthy and whole. Right? That's how the original version was. I wanted to do a remix of that. And so it's just another nostalgia, late 90s, early 2000s type of vibe. And I wanted that. And she understood the assignment and did exactly, like, I didn't really have to direct her. I was just like, this is what I got. She understood the assignment and did her thing. So Tiffany, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much, woman of God. So with that said, the song, I have to release it fairly quickly. Within a couple of weeks. There's a reason why, and you guys are fine. If you follow me, you know what I'm saying, if you rock with me, you'll find out the very, like, next month why I have to release it so soon. Usually we have to do like a rollout and all this nice pretty stuff. I ain't got time for that. I can't do it. This is my rollout. The song is coming out. Something Pretty Remix featuring Tiffany Evans is coming out in a couple of weeks, and you're gonna find out why. You're gonna find out why the following month. So this is my rollout. It is what it is. Tiffany Evans, thank you so much. And I do look forward to, and I mean this with my whole heart and my whole chest. I look forward to doing some more work with you. I got some ideas, woman of God. I got some ideas, and I want to see what's gonna happen if I can get it done right a certain way. But I got some ideas for you. All right, but yeah, guys, that's it. Tiffany, while you're still on your musical journey, I genuinely appreciate you taking time to be a special guest in mine. I can't stress that enough. It really means a lot to me. Yes, it's business, but you don't have to work with me. You didn't have to do that at all. So, I mean, you heard me and heard something to say, okay, I'll work with this cat. I'm gonna get his, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna collab with this guy, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that the music, the lyrics, the meshing of ideas, lyrically, it says a lot. I genuinely appreciate that. Thank you so much again. And that's it, y'all. Peace and God bless.